Hello, hello. It's Michelle Wilson with the Mompreneur Conversation Show. And we are dedicated to helping mothers who are raising special needs children redefine balance. And our show will be airing. I'm so excited. The week of September 25th will be the first episode. And through our show, we teach, what our moms will learn is really how to reclaim their identity, find harmony, and really achieve well-being while starting a purpose-driven business that they love. And the show is going to be aired on Amazon Prime, so please stay tuned. And just super excited to be here today with my co host. We're doing Facebook Live. I call these mompreneur conversation micro moments. And really, it's all about bite sized inspirations. And what we do is we share insights, strategies, and stories. And then, you can actually go to my channel on Amazon and really get the full, information. We're just kind of sharing bite sized information. But through my show, I'm definitely educating and sharing tons of resources. So I'm really excited to be able to really share that with moms who are just raising special needs children. And I'm actually a mom raising my special needs son. So really excited about that. And now I want to just welcome Lotta. Hi, Lotta. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I love these micro moments because, yeah, we spend just a few time, but I think it has been meaningful, don't you think?
Absolutely. And, our micro moments is just like 20 minutes, and we do our best to come live on Facebook, and just super excited to be working with Collaborative. Lotta is a mompreneur herself. She has her own business, and she has helped me tremendously in my branding, marketing, understanding, just my value proposition, because it's really important. Today's topic is about purposeful product line. And so the reason why I chose this topic today is because I know in the last, oh gosh, I can't believe it, 9 months, the show, as I said, is about just bringing valuable information for moms who want to start a purpose-driven business. And I know through my 13-year journey of being overwhelmed and how difficult it is. And so I just want to make that journey easier and simpler by bringing tools and resources. So just working with Lotta and her amazing team has really helped me redefine and really be on purpose on what I'm doing. So I like for you to share like your experience, just, kind of working with the Mompreneur Show, and then we're going to kind of deep dive a little bit about what that means about a purposeful business, and actually it's about social responsibility, making an impact, and it's just not about having services and products. It's really about making a difference in the world. So Lana, I'd like to hear your insights.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, but it has been our pleasure to be able to guide you through the discovery of this value proposition and all the things that includes and are involved in developing brand. And actually, I think what I love the most when I work with entrepreneurs just like you is because they already have those values, those triggers that motivate them to serve, to create a product or a service that actually helps more people. So sometimes it's just like putting the pieces together. You already know what is important for you, but then we need to connect that meaningful goal or inspiration about your brand with the people that you can really serve. Because sometimes when it comes to marketing, I respect, of course, all the perspectives, but there is some kind of misuse of this word, like, okay, you need to go and sell and promote your products. But I always love to take one step back and first let's check in. What am I what is that thing that I'm offering that really it's going to help many people? So with that you can build, because if you just build, let's say that you have a product that is on trend but it's not meaningful, it's going to vanish very very soon. So that's why I love to work in projects with very deep and rooted meaningful, like Mompreneur Conversation Show, by the way.
And thank you so much for that. And I know I've kind of had businesses over the years, ran businesses over the years, and I know I started a business about 13 years ago out of my son's
Mhm.
hospital room, and I loved what I was doing. And at the time, it had purpose and meaning for me at the time. But I believe, being on purpose, and I really believe it's out of our journey and our stories and so forth like that. It makes the journey of when you're building a business so much more, I won't say, yeah, fun, but meaningful. But in the long run, when you have purpose, when you are driven by purpose, then you're able to sustain, right? Especially during those challenging and difficult times. And I know over the past few years, I've had to transform and reform. But then I look back at what was the reason why I'm here. I believe that all my challenges and struggles over the past few years has led me up to this moment to share how I really thrived and overcome those struggles. So for me, purpose is really looking at your story. I know you have a story also. You've been an entrepreneur for about 15 plus years, and you've worked with several
I'm
entrepreneurs.
so young, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I have been an entrepreneur since I was 9, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Right.
That's
I
accurate.
always say, well, I always say I have 3 kids, and so my oldest son is like 40, he's gonna be 42, and I said, "You know what? I immaculate conception at 5." So I totally understand
Mhm.
when you say that. Yeah. So, but yeah, and I know that you've had the honor of working with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I too, I've been a business consultant for about the past 13 years, just, and I love working with people who have a dream and a vision, and who are focused on really, taking that dream to vision to make an impact in the world. So I know that I use a lot of tools in my business, and you use a lot of tools and resources. So can you share like a tool or resource that you like to use when you're doing your discovery with new entrepreneurs who want to make a difference in the world? And when you're really, because I know for me, when I was working with you, it was
Mhm.
all in my head, right? And I had this vision. Really, it was a 10-year vision and it unraveled over time because through my experience but you actually brought my vision and purpose from, just a thought to reality in design and so
Yeah.
forth. So I like to learn from you a little bit, like, how do you do that? How do you take like what I had in my head and bring it out to the world so they can understand? And it's really about my essence,
Mhm.
as I said, it's not just a product and service that I'm selling. It's about, how I can impact and make a difference. And how do you do that through branding and marketing? How do you transform that message? And I just like to hear your insights on that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you my biggest secret, the most precious secret, and it's actually on your name. So it's through conversations. Because when you speak with a friend, with a family member, so any any person actually has a story, as you mentioned. So the way I lo- the way I look this about entrepreneurship is, for myself and for my company, I always need to know the story behind that brand. So that's the way I can understand what is your vision. Sometimes I can kind of read your mind, like, okay, this is the why, and then we're gonna move we're gonna move towards what she wants to accomplish. So I know you have this amazing resource, which is a very specific book, so I want you to be able to share that. But for me, it's actually that I didn't knew. When I heard about this guy Simon, I
Yes.
was shocked. Like, yeah, that's how I have been driven my business, starting with the why. But he put it so simple that, of course, you need to go and watch his videos and maybe get his book as
Yeah.
well. So,
Yeah. I
can
was
you tell a
introduced
little bit
to
more about Simon?
Yes, I discovered him about, gosh, 4 or 5 years ago, and it's called Start With Why is actually his book, but if
Hmm.
you go onto YouTube, he has you can call it's called The Golden Circle,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love it. He talks about the circle. A lot of times as business owners, we know our services and our products, and we always seem to lead with that, right?
Mhm.
I am this and I do that. And then the how I do it. But people really respond to the why. Why are you doing it? So he's saying in this circle, instead of starting with the how, instead of starting with what and how, you really want to start with why. And so really understanding that. And I know for me, that understanding my why did I want to launch the Mompreneur Conversation Show? Why did I want to launch my, coaching program for moms? Because I felt like there wasn't anything out there that for that how can I say, my needs that I needed. I mean, there was a lot. I've done a lot
Mhm.
of personal development, business development, and so forth. However, I had to learn how to redefine balance because I already had a full time job caregiving for my son. And then I found that in all these programs, they were amazing programs, but I was always feeling less than, or that I couldn't keep up because,
Mhm. Yeah.
I had these challenges. And so I didn't know. I mean, I kind of learned over the years how to, overcome the challenges. But during the time, I was trying to fit in a mold that didn't fit me. And so then when I went out there to try to find, is there a platform? Is there programs for busy moms who already
Mhm.
have a full-time job caregiving? I couldn't find it. So I'm like, oh, that's my purpose, because I have learned over the years how to run a business
Yeah,
and
and
take care
through
of my
your experience, because it makes
right.
sense for you, and you thought maybe there's someone else who is struggling with the same issue, right?
Right. So once I identify that, then I look back at, all the things that I've learned over the years. And so I'm so excited that I'm able to share that now. I realize that my experiences were not really for me. And that's why I say purpose, right? The
Hmm.
purpose is for, there are other moms out there that probably have the similar situations and I could relate to them. Every situation is not the same, but I do remember how I felt. I had amazing support, but also I felt very alone because people didn't understand my struggle, right? And so now, having that community of, women or moms that understand the struggle, we can build together, we can have a tribe together. So that's, I know for me, my purpose. And I know you've also just recently you've been in business for 15 years, but kind of you're now here in the United States and you launching your business here and so forth. And I know working with you also, it's always about purpose, and I would love to hear, if you can share your new company name, just kind of your reasoning behind that, And like I said, it was all through conversations over the past several months. We've been going back and forth as I was building my business. That's why we're saying we're collaborative, partners, because we truly want each other to win, the three wins, right? But I would love for you to share your story about, your purposeful business and how you came about that.
Yeah, it's actually a very long journey since I started. For some reason, I'm not gonna go so far, but I studied graphic design, right?
Right.
So I love the wow when someone get my graphics and they were amazed, like, how can you possibly present this to me? I was clueless about how it's gonna look, but it you nail it. It's perfect, right? It speaks to me. So for me, that effect made me so happy. So the way I improve and I got more of that feeling was by creating wedding invitations, because every single time it's very amazing, the emotions, the love, and all the joyful, were for some of them. They were so happy to get married, and then I started to get in motion with a lot of young people, and even for quinceañeras, the Mexican sweet 16, and all of these celebrations. So for me, it was my motor, my motivator. So, and then the pandemic hit, and then we stopped to party, right? So I was
Right.
like, okay, now what?
The journey, right? But
Yeah,
now what?
I mean, it was ups and downs every single day. But I remember one day I was like literally in bankruptcy. And I told myself, what is that thing that I love the most?
Mm,
And where I can find that same feeling, right? To get that kind of feeling, motivation as well. So I thought, okay, going back to the wow, going back to be in service for people that they clearly are not a professional artist. If they can do it for themselves, they will do it, right? So
Right.
they need someone who understand what they need. And I'm very good by listening to people and understand and then present, right? So during the pandemic, I started with a lot of small business owners actually in Mexico, because a lot of people went to lay off, as in every part of the world, and they started the entrepreneur attempt, like baking
Mm.
some cookies at home, selling some products. So they need social media, they need stickers for their products, a brand. And then I get to work with so many people that were like different walks of life, like professor, even doctors. Like a friend of mine who told me, I'm a doctor, but I have a 3-year old kid. I cannot be out there to get COVID. Then who's going to take care of my baby, right? So she started a business about ecological diapers.
Mhm.
So it was very interesting, and I fell in love with the brand. So we start working together in collaboration, and then I then reignite that vibe, right? Like what what I love the most of my business is to be in service with people. So let's just change the niche. So this time I'm gonna work with emerging entrepreneurs, right? And
Right.
then one thing lead to the other. I got so many connections through social media, through Clubhouse. I was blessed to connect with these amazing people that I feel like now is my family, that we are connected together and just speaking out and move forward. I think that's my purpose to for now as a graphic designer, as a branding strategist. As you mentioned, I'm pursuing a PhD as well in social research, which is the name in English. So by going down to that route, I see very clearly that what I love the most is to hear about the people and then to help them through the journey. Either if it is a wedding invitation or a graphic design, a brand, I'm passionate about the stories. So that's why I feel passionate about mompreneur conversation, because it's all about the journey.
And I just want to say that we actually met on a very special project last year that we worked together. We worked on a magazine, Lit Magazine, and we also worked on a show, Ignite Your Essence. So when you said you ignite,
Yeah.
and I think we actually, our team, the team that we were working with, came together because we were all wanting to serve, right, out of purpose and meaning, and really believing in collaborations and that we can each thrive in our business, but also serve others in their business. So, I mean, that's how I'm just so thankful and grateful that we had that opportunity because, like you said, the pandemic changed a lot. And so we were
Mhm.
all trying to figure out, and I know for me, I stepped back and looked at, okay, what's fulfilling to me? What is my purpose? And I love, like I said, working with, small business owners, but more specifically moms because of
Mhm.
the challenges, the unique challenges that they have. But just in our journey, like our purpose, just working with you in that collaborative, when we were part of that team, and just so amazed that we were able to really work, like I said, be of service as opposed to just having a product and a service, right? And that's really what it is. What is fulfilling to you? And it's really like looking at your journey because through your journey, there's so many lessons that we've learned, we've grown, and that we can, teach others. And so that's what I love about this focusing on the purposeful line as like, as far as just I can offer a product and a service.
Yeah, and you always can tell when you speak with a person who has a purpose. Either it's a non-profit, a magazine, um, online service kind of business. So every time you find that in spark of service, then they will grow until they have the best product themselves. So that's what I love to do.
Yes. And so, gosh, I can't believe it. Our micro moment is almost up. It's like
Mhm.
already 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So, we just want to say thank you as we continue our conversation here. And definitely, you want to go to our website or my website, mompreneurconversationshow.com. And you'll be able to download the app for Amazon for free and look forward to our upcoming episodes that, we are just really just transforming moms who are just raising special needs children. And I'm just so thankful and grateful to be able to work with you, Lotta, on this project as
Thank
a collaborative
you.
partner. So, with that, we're going to go. Bye bye for now.
Bye.